Benediction, welcome to 69 Faces of Rock. How are you guys doing today?
Tickety-boo.
Sound as a pound.
All good,
Excellent. Introduce yourself and tell me what you do in the band.
I'm Daz, I play guitar.
I'm Rui, I also play guitar.
Wow, it's a dual guitar.
Easy.
Where does 2025 find Benediction? What's new?
Nothing's new. We haven't done anything new for 36 years. We haven't. We just released the last album. It's going down fantastically well everywhere. So we just thought we'd come and do a few shows in the US, show you people what we got.
You just mentioned Ravage of Empires is the new album, right?
Yeah.
It just came out. What do you think the album brings to your overall sound and style?
It brings another 11 tracks to our discography, basically.
Yeah, it's a bit more modern and up-to-date sound, but still keeps a raw edge. So it's kind of up-to-date, but still 100% Benediction.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything different to what we normally do. You know, we do Benediction music. That's it. We just probably get better at it.
Yeah, more proficient.
After so many years, you should.
Yeah, absolutely, you should. Yeah.
Is there a theme that runs through the new songs?
Not really, no. No, not really. There never is really a theme. It's just it's all sci-fi and
horror, because we're all
horror.
sci-fi horror fans, and
Yeah.
Dave's into his sci-fi big time. He's horror like most metal fans. It's like standard kind of metal stuff, really. But there are a couple of personal songs that Dave's always does a few about himself. But yeah, it's typical themes for our kind of music, aggressive and you know what I mean.
There's certainly no religion or politics or anything like
No.
that. We're not interested in preaching to anyone.
The title itself, it's quite revealing when it comes to like the world's superpowers. Do you think we live in transitional times?
I don't know. I think the world's in a fucking mess, to be honest. There's too many people in power that are just acting like kids in a playground, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary place at the moment.
So
But,
everyone's fighting with everyone, and
yeah.
you know, I can blow things up quicker than you can, and I've got bigger guns than you. It's fucking childish, man.
Yeah, well-
Everyone just needs to chill the fuck out and
Yeah.
get on with each other.
Hopefully listen to some metal and chill out.
Yeah, man.
And metal fans all get on with each other. Maybe more politicians should listen to metal.
Yeah.
That's right. And how does that situation affect you as people, as a band?
Well, it affects us because all this visa shit we have to go through, and you know, if you got this stamp for this country in your passport, you can't go to this country because you're scratching this guy's back, and it's ridiculous, man. We should all just get on, you know.
In general, this is a very angry record, no doubt about that, and very reflective in a way. Based on kind of what you see on the news, are current events fueling the anger that Benediction projects?
For me, no, I don't think so. Like I say, there's not politics or anything like in the lyrics, but we're an aggressive band. We play aggressive music. We always have done. That's the way we
Yeah.
feel. I don't want to go on stage and just do mamby-pamby shit. You know what I mean?
Well, for me, it's a release from it. Give people a break from it. Come to one of our shows and let your hair down and have a good time.
Forget
And
about the world,
what's
yeah.
happening in the world. Just have some fun with some friends. You know what I mean? Metal fans are the same the world over. So
Yeah, we don't take ourselves
One
too
big
seriously,
family.
do we?
Yeah, no.
We don't stand in front of the mirror and get ready and put makeup on
Yeah.
and fucking shit like that.
Yeah.
We're entertainment. We're here to entertain ourselves and to entertain the audience.
So when you get on stage, what does that look like?
It looks exactly like this: jeans and t-shirt, and just straight off backstage, onto the stage, straight back out. We're just normal people, man.
yeah.
How do you maintain that aggressiveness and anger through so many years?
I don't know, because I just genuinely think we enjoy what we do. We never did this to be rock stars or to make money, or we never did it for that. We did it primarily for ourselves, you know, and we're still enthusiastic. I mean, our biggest influences at the minute are us, because we've got so much history. You know, we don't follow any patterns or, you know, do exactly what we're told. We just do what we feel is right, and that's why Benediction doesn't change too much, because we enjoy what we do and we just keep doing that.
Yeah. I've always thought we kind of got a lot of punk attitude, but we're like a punk attitude, but we play metal. You know what I mean? So we're like a punk metal band, kind of, but we don't play punk music so much.
That
The
makes
attitude
sense.
of punk, but we play metal.
Where do you continue to find inspiration to be going on for so long?
Ourselves, like I say, we get inspiration from gigs, from playing gigs and going touring the world and, you know, enjoying what we do. You know, so I'm inspired by that. Inspired.
After all those years, we did a European tour recently. We did, 15 shows? And that was all sold out, it was all great. Audiences came, it was a really, really good time. So after all these years, it's nice to know that you can still go out and do it, and it was really good fun.
Yeah. Like I say, we're not doing it for the money or to be rock stars. We're doing it because we enjoy it, and that's where the enthusiasm comes.
That's the beauty of it.
We properly enjoy what we do.
The song I really found interesting from the new album is Draught of Mercy. Care to explain this one?
I don't know. I didn't write the lyrics. Is the bottom line. Unfortunately, we don't write the lyrics, so I have no idea what that's about. But
how about from the instrumental point?
For the instrumental part, it wanted to be like a train. We wanted a song that was like a train. That's kind of what it's meant to be. You know, breaking through the sound barrier sort of thing. So it's just a plodder. You know, because we like write fast songs, we write slow songs. We like songs with catches. We don't sound like every other death metal band. It just sounds 45 minutes, the same beat, the same speed. Yeah. You know, we're trying to mix it up a little bit, just because primarily we have to entertain ourselves for an hour every night. So
I think Draught of Mercy, the start of Draught of Mercy, is probably the most old school riff on the album. You know, what I mean? It's proper old school death metal.
And we've had that riff for a million years.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's a combination of like really cool message and that. Like you just said, that old riff that kind of brings back that early '90s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we don't change, right?
We was there in the late '80s, the early '90s. We was there in the late '80s. So.
And when you write your songs, like, how do you know what's gonna turn out into what? Like from instrumental point of view.
We have a bank of riffs at home. You know, I've said the analogy before. It's like baking a cake. You know, Rui comes up with a load of ingredients. He sends the ingredients to me. Then I put a load of my riffs together, and then we bake a cake, shake it up together, and then send the cake to Dave, and Dave puts the icing on it. But the music, because we don't change that much, I know exactly how Rui writes, Rui knows how I write, so it's fucking easy, man. Yeah. It's easy to do. We know what's going to tick each other's box.
So you're like instrumental twins in a way?
Yeah, absolutely, I know exactly what he's thinking, he knows what I'm thinking.
Lennon and McCartney, you decide which one's which. You decide which one's which.
Another song which I really like, and again I'm going to ask you to explain it from instrumental point of view, is Engines of War.
Yeah, that was a hook. We wanted a song with a hook.
It definitely has a hook.
Absolutely. Something, like I say, we don't necessarily... Metal music doesn't need to be fast to be good. It doesn't need to be clever to be good. It doesn't need to be fantastic technical to be good. It just needs to be good. And I think Engines of War is one of them songs which has got a catchy riff. It just draws you in. You know, as soon as you start playing, everyone's tapping their head, everyone's nodding their head. And that's the whole point, right? Yeah. Surely.
And hopefully it'll be stuck in your head for a long time to come.
And basically, what is your philosophy of metal music?
Weirdly, we write music, we imagine how it looks. I know that sounds ridiculous. We imagine how it's going to look on stage. We imagine how the song's going to look on stage, so how we can interact with the audience. And that's why we don't necessarily play fast for the sake of it. Because there's no real connection for me there, you know what I mean? There has to be a little bit of a hook. So that's why we write songs that go fast, slow, you know, and it has to change all the time. But it just has to get you. It's not good just playing music because it's noisy or because it has to have a hook. It has to appeal to somebody. You know what I mean? The riff's got to work. It's got to make you think.
Got it. Now you kind of relaunched Benediction as a recording artist in 2020 with Scriptures. Like, what caused such a long break between the records at that point?
Band lineups and changes, and it just didn't feel right. And you know what I mean? For me, it's kind of got to have a sort of magic feel to it. And we went through death metal kind of went through a lean patch, I think, for a long time, and it just came together for Scriptures, and we had a lot of people leave the band and.
We had a lot of songs for Scriptures for a long time, but it just didn't. We didn't have enough good material to write because we've all got families at home. We all have jobs. You know, Benediction doesn't pay the wages, doesn't pay the bills, so we all have stuff that at home that we need to do as well. So to get the time in to keep your family, keep your job, and tour the world is difficult. When you're doing all that and then you've got to write an album, it's a bit more difficult. But as we've gotten a little bit older, you know, the kids have grown up. You got more time and stuff, so there was a bit more time to do it. And now we're back to where we were at the beginning. Kids have grown up and gone, so
getting a good lineup together.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just mentioned that Benediction does not pay the bills. So how do you maintain? Like, what needs to be in place in order for this to work?
I don't know. You just need to be touring forever. and with kids and with family at home and jobs,
and we're too old.
We just can't do it.
Probably kill us.
Yeah, it would kill us.
No
doubt about that. Yeah, what a way to go, man.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a really cool hobby that we've got.
It is, yeah. It'd be nice to pay for the bills, but I would assume that if you're doing 200 and 250 gigs a year, it would be more like a job than
it
than
loses
enjoying
its
yourself.
magic.
Yeah, it would lose its magic.
So the way we do it, we only do how many gigs a year
I
probably?
don't know, 40 gigs.
Yeah,
probably.
about 40 gigs a year, you know what I mean?
So in a way, Benediction is like a hobby band.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what keeps it fresh. That's what keeps it fun. You know what I mean? Because it's not a daily job. It's the bit where we get the release. It's a bit it's a bit more fun, right?
Yeah, it's hard going back to work sometimes though, when you've done these. And
Yeah.
you have to go back to work the day after.
Shit happens, man.
Yeah.
I just finished working today, so
Yeah, so
same thing. I
you know-
mean,
you know
this
it
does not
feels
pay the
like-
bills either. It's something I
Correct,
love, you know.
absolutely.
We do it because we love it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. So once Scriptures came out, and a new record, of course, how did your fans react to new music?
Well, they've reacted really well to this. It's got album of the month in 1 million magazines across Europe, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And the good thing about us, me and Rui writing all the material for the last 36 years is although there was pressure to get as good as Scriptures, there wasn't pressure because we know we can write the same stuff again. We know we can write stuff that's equally as good. You see, there's no pressure that way, is there? Because we know how each other writes and we know how the next Benediction album is going to sound. I can tell you now that the next Benediction album is going to sound the same as the last one. It's just hopefully going to be a little bit better put together.
Yeah.
But it's not going to change any much, is it?
No, not much. Not much.
Yeah.
You have to evolve slightly. But
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But there's not any other bands that sound like Benediction for me.
No.
So, why change?
Yeah.
The two of you had been at it since what, 1989?
Well, 86 we started playing together, but 89 was Benediction.
So how would you describe your musical bond?
I don't know. I just think maybe we've got one brain cell between each other, and we just share that brain cell. So there's no
I
spill.
don't know. I don't really overthink it. We just
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
a couple of old men that like playing metal. And that's like we're lucky enough to go around the world doing it.
Yeah, we kind of grew up together, listening to the same kind of music. We got the same influences,
Yeah.
so it just works. It works perfectly.
Yeah.
So when did the two of you actually meet each other?
About 85, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Probably about 85, and then we just started hanging around together and going to pubs underage. Sorry about that.
So you were still like in high school age?
You just left high school, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we decided we realised that we liked the same kind of music, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
And the fucker's still here next to me.
No way out. When you look back at your career with Benediction, what do you think the band was able to accomplish?
It made me and Rui happy, and that was the aim in the first place.
Yeah.
Like I say, there was no goal for us to do this or do that, but I just think we've achieved what we wanted to do. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a rock star. You know what I mean? Not a rock star attitude, but I just wanted to get on stage. Seeing Sabbath and seeing Saxon and Priest as kids, it was like I want to do a bit of that. And we've managed to play with all our favourite bands, haven't we?
Yeah, quite a
managed
few.
to share the stage with those people. So for me, that's enough. I've achieved.
Who are some of the bands that you grew up with listening that you got to play with?
All them, like Priest, Accept, Saxon, Motorhead,
GBH.
GBH. Yeah, we played all them sort of bands. It's really cool, man.
Accept, we did some cool gigs with Accept a couple of years ago.
And then later on, he was bands like Testament and Exodus, and we played all them.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
That's an achievement.
Definitely. How faithful are you to the original plan or spirit that you had back in even '86?
The fact that our attitude and our music hasn't changed that much just testifies to that.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? We haven't gone down the road that people have suggested we do blast beats, or people have suggested you put keyboards on it, or people have suggested you need a female vocalist because that'll sell.
Change fads.
It's like, no, we're not changing, man. This is what we do. This is our DNA. This is exactly what we do, and we're not going to alter from it.
Yeah.
And because of that, that's why we're still here, and that's why we're still enthusiastic.
At the moment, it seems to be
Yeah.
old school seems to be what people want.
And we're
We went
getting
through lean times when
Yeah.
it weren't so popular, but we stuck at it.
we're getting a lot of credit now for not changing.
Yeah.
We're getting a hell of a lot of credit for sticking to what we did.
And what would you say was the most ridiculous suggestion that you
Getting
let
a female
go?
singer to do the chorus.
Oh,
I mean, freaking what ridiculous.
Yeah, and
but-
keyboards. Keyboards, we're not keyboard band.
Keyboards and a female vocal sell now. Sell, that's what you should do. It's like,
so musically, what do you think was your most defining moment?
doing the first album, getting an album out. That's the defining one. I mean, we've had many steps where, you got to look at Transcend the Rubicon, that really put us on the map. A Grind Bastard really moved us up a step, and then the last two have pushed us up
Different level,
even further.
Yeah.
But I think that's also got a lot to do with timing, isn't it? The death metal thing's coming back, and people are liking old school, and
Seems like it's the in thing at the moment. You know what I mean?
and it's nice that we were one of the originals.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you foresee the band stopping in the near future?
No, I don't see why we should.
How far do you want to take it?
Until we can't walk anymore, and it's getting closer every day. Right? Until it's difficult to get out of the bed, you know. But at the minute, I'm still enthusiastic. I'm still like a little 17-year-old guy in a 56-year-old guy's body, man. Still enjoying it, right?
Yeah.
I can relate to that. The process of writing a record in 2025, how different is that from when you started back in, what, 89, 88?
Well, when we used to write music then, we would put a microphone in the rehearsal room, and then we'd have a little tape player underneath, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
And then I'd take it home and try and figure out what the fucking was playing, because it was just a wall of noise.
Yeah, you couldn't hear it. Yeah.
So, but now you do it all on computers and send it to each other, and
It's a lot easier now.
I mean, it's difficult for us because, you know, our singers in Copenhagen, our drummers in Milan, our bass players in London, so it's impossible to write together, or it's really difficult to, you know, rehearse. Rehearsals are really expensive. But, you know, the advent of the computer and shit like that has made it quite simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I say, because we write similar sort of stuff, it's easy. We just send the stuff across. It's easy, man.
Finally, what are your personal favorite memories from this crazy ride?
You can answer that one. I can't remember anything.
Oh my
particular.
God, where to start? Where to start?
Going on the piss with Lemmy in Milan.
Oh yeah, that's one. I remember going to Yugoslavia when it was still Yugoslavia, just before they went to war. That was quite a harrowing experience. You know what I mean?
Our tour bus drove out as the tanks drove in. And that was kind of
when it was
scary.
still Yugoslavia. Yeah. I remember playing here at Reggie's before. We had a great time with Bolt Thrower. Hopefully tonight's going to be all right as well. So
Got lots to live up to, but we're hoping for big things tonight.
Yeah. I could talk for ages about old times.
Bring it on.
Done. The tours we did with Bolt Thrower through the years, they were great. Great tours.
Like I say, to play with your heroes, that's probably the best thing. We played in Poland, and the side stage list said Judas Priest, Saxon, Benediction, and then whoever else was open. So to stand next to that, as a metal fan from the '80s, that was, you know, I mean, I was made up with that. I was like a kid made up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. Just to share backstages with people and, you know, hang out with Anvil.
Yeah, we did a couple of tours with Death, with Chuck. You know,
Oh yeah, good friend.
God rest his soul, man.
Yeah.
He was a lovely guy, man.
Yeah, we got on really well with him.
We've had some really cool memories, man.
Yeah.
We're lucky, but we ain't finished yet, so
More memories to come.
absolutely, that's the plan.
Thank you so much,
You're
and
welcome.
good luck.
You're welcome.
I mean, keep going as long as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your support, man. Appreciate it.
Nice one.